So the risk issue of the data being offsite and the backup issues and the security issues, if CEOs or a board member or other people were to ask you about that at this point, how does that get answered, and how do we deal with that? Because we haven't discussed that today.
We dealt with that directly with our VCs. That's the first question that comes out of their mouth when they're speaking to you. Not only about that, but we also had all of our servers hosted at a third-party site as well for the order platform. And it's the same sets of answers no matter which organization or what party is holding your servers. You've got PCI compliance, you've got SAS 70, which I believe has a different number now, but I can't remember my accounting number while I'm sitting here. Where you have to go through and understand what you are reading. It is not simple. We brought in an outside IT controls expert that went through the whole process with us in the fall, going through everything from who gets signed on to what, to all of the security platform initials, all of the PCI work, et cetera. It's not a huge cost to the business, and it's definitely worth doing. And yes, your VCs are going to ask you every step along the way what you're doing. But most of them know these software packages, especially Intact and NetSuite, and they're familiar with the same sets of issues.
Anybody else want to chime in on that one?
Well, I think from just the vendor perspective, Intact is a SaaS vendor. They do have an SLA in place, which is a service level agreement. They explain out the confidentiality. As Amy said, this SAS 70 now it's called SOC, and so they comply with that. So if you're looking at a cloud solution, you want to make sure that they are compliant with that stuff. You want to make sure that they have a service level agreement in place and that it denotes out who is the owner of the data. Can I get the data off if I choose to move off of the solution at some point? All you guys have had those issues, and questions in that sales process, in the buying selection process. Because an on-premise solution, what you're used to, before, is different. You had the data on your site, you owned it, you controlled it. With the SaaS, you just want to make sure you read the fine print and talk to the vendor about their guarantees to you about the confidentiality and the ownership of the data.
Yeah, sometimes I think there's a false security in hosting the servers yourself. I have to be honest with you, the head of engineering and I worked through a variety of those issues across the board for all of our audits. And if you've got a company that specializes in that and is focused on that and only that, and you're trying to build a website and grow a business, I would suggest that's one of the things you want to think about outsourcing.